The Takio roars thunderously as Mako smacks it with tremendous force, but it doesn't sound quite right, almost like the sounds of her strokes are choking each other out.
That was cursed. Man, this song is tough.
Mako is deep in training to become the master of the Grand Temple to Ishikaman in the heart of the Oni district in 8th City. She's alone practicing in the temple hall long after all the other students went home. She has trained for years in the 2 traditional practices related to the king of the Oni Pantheon, Ishikaman. Takio drumming in the traditional Oni sport of the Kamine Rikyu, a wild game similar to baseball.
Alright, let's try this one more time.
Again, the Takio roars thunderously. This time, the reverberations echoes throughout the temple, as if a storm roared within its walls.
That seems right.
Mako looks up at the sky and notices it's starting to get late. Clouds have formed in the sky, and it looks like rain might be brewing.
Ishikaman must have been proud of that one. If only anyone else cared about this stuffy old music apart from my parents and those ancient dudes from myths and legends.
Mako imagines herself up on stage, playing to a crowd enthralled by her music. She busts out the wildest drum solo the world's ever heard, and the crowd won't stop chanting. She raises her bat to strike the Takio again, but as she does so, her stomach lets out a famished grumble.
Well, that's my dinner alarm. I wonder if the Sundubu restaurant is still open. I need some spice after being cooped up in that old place all day.
Mako leaves the temple and eats a hefty serving of the spiciest variety of sundubu the shop has to offer. On her way back to the temple, she notices a poster decorated with a few familiar faces plastered on the wall. She walks by it and then does a double take, quickly darting back and ripping it off the wall.
What the? No way! She's headlighting this year?
In her hands, Mako holds the poster. In bold letters across the top, it reads 8th Ascension 2. And immediately beneath it, in a massive font, Octavia.
And Vyce is going to be there too? Alright!
Rows beneath, mixed among dozens of other names in smaller scripts, Vyce and the Vagabonds.
Wait, and it's tonight? I gotta go to this! Will they even remember me though? It's been like 10 years since we've seen each other. They're out there selling out concerts and I'm still here, I guess.
Mako thinks for a moment. Suddenly, she feels engulfed by a wave of nostalgia cresting with the surging energy of future possibilities.
Oh, what the hell. Time for a reunion.
Mako gathers a few things and takes the train over to the Demon Dais in the nearby entertainment district. Mako hurriedly enters the festival. She's feeling anxious, but excited about seeing her old friends, if only from the distance of a spectator. Vyce is playing on one of the side stages, and Mako makes her way over. She's surrounded by all manners of punks who have gathered together in a brutal but enthralling mosh.
Alright! You all know this one, so I better see some stage dives! 1, 2, 3, 4!
Mako leaps into the mosh pit as Vyce and her band starts blasting out music at decibels that feels like as if they could split the sky in two. She gets pushed to the side by a giant human who she vaguely recognizes from the pro leagues. He's shouting about something, how excessive the music is.
Everyone around us acting like they know what's going on about how we're the same. Whoa, she sings now?
Mako lets her impulses take over and rushes into the center of the mosh pit, pushing aside anyone who gets in her way.
Today, I'm not living in your shadow. This is me, and I'm not just a shadow of you. We're vice versa. Thank you, R10. We're Vyce and the Vagabonds, and we'll be playing at the brick wall all week.
The small, passionate crowd erupts in cheers. Mako is caught in the moment and lets out some shouts for her childhood friend. As Vyce walks off stage, Mako hears a pulse of electronic bass line from the center of Demon Dais.
She's on! I have to get over there.
Mako rushes over and pushes through the crowd, trying to get as close to the front row as she can. Atop the Demon Dais, she sees Octavia surrounded by electric interfaces. Octavia is guiding the crowd with hypnotic rhythms, and Mako can feel that it's building towards something. Suddenly, things go silent, and the crowd waits in anticipation.
Your words fade at me, it's odd numbers. Lost in my thoughts, lost in my own design.
It's as if an earthquake hit the arena. Cheers comes from every corner as the crowd loses it.
I think they're my old friends up there.
Oh, I just got a feeling I'm sleeping at 6:10. I'm always dreaming, believing I do exist, searching for meaning. I'm seeing 1,000 absolutes unfolding.
As the chorus hits, tens of thousands of voices shouts out Octavia's lyrics in unison. Mako has been around music her whole life, but has never experienced anything like this. As the set finishes up, Octavia takes a bow and calmly walks off stage.
I wonder if I can.
Mako shoves through the crowd and looks for a way backstage. A security guard is dealing with some screaming fans, and Mako manages to slip away. She comes across Vyce and Octavia talking to each other in front of what looks like to be Vyce's trailer.
Yo! It's been... Don't even try it, Octavia. I know who you are. You can't hide it behind some nice-sounding words. You hung me out to dry. You turned your back on your own sister. For what? So you could find some new friends? So you can make some stupid beep-boop music?
Vyce, you're not listening to me. I came back here to say congratulations on your set.
Oh, congratulations? Of course! Congratulating me for being on that shadow of a side stage while you're up on the marquee. Why don't you rub it in some more? You sold out. Just like you did back then. Just like you always have.
Please, Vyce, act a little more mature. We're not kids anymore. If you just listen.
Listen? When have you ever listened to anything except what's inside your own head? Buzz off, Octavia. The act doesn't suit you.
Vyce stormed off into her trailer and locked the door. Octavia was left baffled, as if she couldn't comprehend how or why Vyce could act so brashly.
Well, might be awkward, but why not? Yo, Octavia!
I'm sorry. Now is not a good... Wait, Mako? Is that really you?
The one and only.
How much of that did you see?
Not gonna lie, I assumed just about the whole thing.
I see. I'm sorry you had to witness that. It's been just about as long since Vyce and I really talked as it has been since you and I talked.
What? Are you serious? You two were inseparable.
Time. Nothing stays the same with time, Mako. But enough of me. How are you? It's been since... Well, since you took the fall for Vyce breaking Ishkamon's drum.
Oh, trust me. I remember. After that, my parents put me under lock and key. I was basically grounded at the temple for 5 straight years. But hey, I got pretty good at swinging these bats, and my parents are getting old, so someone's gotta run the temple. All in all, you can't really complain.
Mako smiles awkwardly, trying to console Octavia as much as she can. In her heart, Mako knew what she was saying wasn't true. She wanted to be up on that stage along with her friends, not stuck at the temple performing an endless loop of rites and ceremonies.
That's not really important, though. I don't like seeing you and Vyce at odds like that. What's going on?
To be honest, I don't really know. When we went off to music academy, we found ourselves with different interests. I thought it was fine. I was excited. There are new things to explore. They challenged me in ways I'd never felt challenged before. But Vyce, well, she's Vyce. She's been exactly who she is since the day we were born. She thought I was leaving her behind and, well, that was that.
That? Nah, we can't have that. You can't just turn your back on family. Neither of you can. This might sound crazy, but hear me out. What if we got Demon Drive back together?
A slight grin broke through Octavia's otherwise stern demeanor. The idea seemed to have at least piqued her interest.
It'd be just like old times. If music is too touchy, we can even do something else. Remember how good we used to be at Core Strike? None of the other teams at school ever stood a chance against us. Maybe we could get the band back together for some striking. Hell, maybe we could even qualify for the Pro League.
Mako laughed and Octavia let out a slight chuckle.
Oh, Mako, you haven't changed a bit either, have you? Yes, I'd like that. Give me a few days and I'll reach out to Vyce. She needs to simmer before she'll listen to a word I have to say.
Let's go! We can meet up and practice at the temple. It's the furthest place away from the paparazzi, so we can keep it all under wraps.
A voice called out for Octavia repeatedly. It's her manager. She's telling Octavia she needs to get going to a set she's playing at the Clarion Corp after party.
I'm sorry, Mako. I've gotta go, but I'll take you up on that offer. If I can convince Vyce, we'll get together for some core strike.
Octavia bows her head and is shuttled off by her manager. Mako looks at the door to Vyce's trailer.
Well, I don't see why not at this point.
Mako knocks on the door. Nothing. She knocks again, this time louder.
Go away, Octavia! I told you, I don't want anything to do with your congratulations. Yep, I heard you. Turns out I'm not Octavia, though.
Silence. Then, Mako hears rumbling inside the trailer. The door swings open, and Vyce is standing in front of her. Vyce's makeup has run down her face from what must have been tear shed only a few minutes ago.
No freaking way. Mako! Are you kidding me? After all these years? How did you... I can't believe it's you!
Vyce beams from ear to ear as she speaks.
Yeah, I saw you two were playing this festival and figured I'd come by. Your sets were bangers. I was in the pit during your last song and it went hard. What? You were in the pit with X? It's a miracle you made it out alive. Got that blood of Ishkaman in these veins.
Both Onis laugh at each other fondly. Then Vyce's demeanor shifts suddenly.
You know, Mako, it's been what? Like, almost 10 years? I never said sorry for what I... don't worry about it. I stole the drum, not you. And that whack you gave it, well, it wasn't even that hard. For real. If the sacred drum of Ishkaman, the god of thunder, can't handle a 12-year-old hitting it, is it really that special?
Vyce smiles timidly, but she's not quite convinced.
But I know you, Mako. After that, your parents locked you up in that temple for years. We always had those big plans to make Demon Drive a real band and tour the world together. I'm out here on the bottom row of the lineup, but at least I'm playing. Don't you feel like that was taken from you?
Mako pauses for a second.
To be honest, I would be lying if I told you I didn't. But you know, the temple ain't half bad. I like Taiko. I like Kaminari-Q. And I can get over long ceremonies. And my parents are getting old. They need help keeping things running.
Vyce begins to interrupt, but can't find the words. It's clear she doesn't know exactly how to react.
I wish I had your attitude, Mako. If I did, maybe I'd still have a sister. God, Octavia is such a tool. Whoa! I can't let you slander my friend like that. And she's your sister. Vyce, I know it might not seem like it, but she cares. Ha! She's got some nice ways of showing she cares. Let's not talk about her. My bad for bringing her up at all, anyway. I mean, I'd like to get the band back together. What if you and Octavia came by the temple to play some Core Strike? Listen, Mako, I know you're trying to be nice here, but Octavia hates me now. There's no way she'd show up if she knew I was going to be there. And I don't blame her. I don't want to be anywhere near her either.
A rusty van pulls up beside Vyce's trailer. Mako recognizes the driver as the bass player from Vyce's band. He shouts out that they have to leave now to get to X's house party in time to play their set.
Sorry, Mako. I gotta go. It was great seeing you. We should hang out. I'll stop by the temple next week and we can pound some drums together.
Vyce jumps down the steps of her trailer, gives Mako a warm embrace, then hops off into her band's van.
That was a weird night.
A few weeks later, Octavia comes to visit Mako at the temple grounds. The two are walking a path around a quiet pond near the back of the complex.
Do you think she's coming?
To be honest, no idea. She definitely didn't seem happy with you after that show. Like you said, Vyce is Vyce. Always has been.
Octavia hangs her head down, disappointed in Mako's answer.
I still don't quite understand it. I'm trying. But she's an enigma to me. But that's what I've always loved about her. We're dissonant, but paired together, we become complementary.
Yeah, I always thought that too. Except without the melodic analogy. You know, I just hit things.
Octavia smiles.
I'm sorry about it all, Mako. You were always the best for our little band. But when you took the fall, it held you back.
All right. Octavia, I don't need the pity. I'm doing fine. Soon I'll be running this temple and I get to play that damn drum every day now. I'm a direct descendant of Ishkaman after all, so it has to be that way. So my parents say.
A loud voice breaks up the quiet conversation.
Look who it is!
Vyce, you're here.
I'm here for Mako, not you, Octavia. She said she wanted to get Demon Drive back together, and you know what? I'm here for it. But on one condition. If we're doing this, we're going all in. Pro League qualifiers are next month, and if we train hard enough, we've got a real shot. What do you say, Mako?
Mako smiles wide.
Oh, you know it! But we have to keep it quiet. You two are technically banned from the temple after the whole drum incident, so my parents can't know you're here. Ha! Banned? That's actually pretty sick. Don't worry, I can keep quiet.
Vyce smirks and looks side to side at Mako and Octavia. The three Onis laugh together and take a walk around the pond.